Hi everyone, welcome to class. Good evening to everybody. Just give me a moment to share the link to the group and inform everybody that class has started. Yeah, just give me a moment. Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? All right, we will wait for everybody else to join in as well, and then we'll get started. Good evening, good evening. Good evening. Give me a moment. Message in the group. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to class. Today we have ourselves a marathon on just assertion reason questions. I'm doing great. I hope you are too. Welcome to class. My name is Hafsa Malik and I am your educator for psychology on Unacademy for the NTA-UGC NET category. And today we are going to do 35 MCQs, which are only going to be assertion and reason. आज हम टोटली 35 MCQs करेंगे जो टोटली assertion reason पे based होंगे. All right, okay. Now if you're new to my, I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip. ठीक है? Obviously पूरे 10 units से आपको questions आज मिलेंगे. All right. So this is just for me to understand whether you have in-depth knowledge. Are you ready for the exam? And आपने request किया है. A lot of you have requested that we go ahead and do a reason and assertion marathon. Okay. All right. So what I request is that you stay calm throughout the class, that you try to participate as much as possible, and that you don't take things to heart. अगर आपको कुछ आता नहीं है तो आप सीखने की कोशिश कीजिए. Try to learn rather than feeling bad about it and saying, messaging me after class saying, I got so demotivated. No. Try to learn as much as you can. This is not about, this is not about what immediately, whether you know or don't know. The whole class is for you to do better after the class or learn something in the class. That's the whole point. Okay. So I'll just tell you what steps you should follow whenever solving an assertion reason question. जब भी आप एक assertion और reason question कर रहे हो तो आपको क्या steps follow करने चाहिए? Step 1 is to check truth value of both the statements. आप दोनों statements की truth value check करेंगे. Okay. Step number 1. So can we do that for statement 1 and statement 2? Assertion or reason statements की आप पहले truth value check करेंगे. On depolarization, electrochemical gradient is disrupted. Okay, correct. Negatively charged ions are replaced by positively charged ions. Not true. They are not replaced. Not true. Not true. ठीक है. तो हमारा पहले स्टेप में ये हो गया ना, क्वेश्चन इज डन, खत्म. A is true, R is false, खत्म. I don't need to think कौन सी थ्योरी से है क्या नहीं है, is it related, is it unrelated. I don't need to waste time. हो गया. See, the thing is, for assertion reason questions, a lot of times kids or people think that I don't know how to do the question. But the problem is we may lack in-depth knowledge. ठीक है ना? अगर आप अब truth value statement की नहीं check कर पा रहे हैं, ठीक है? In the sense, I may mark this as option 1. That's not कि मुझे assertion reason नहीं आता है. That is कि मैंने पढ़ा नहीं है, मुझे topic नहीं आता है. Okay? दोनों में बहुत difference है. One is you understand the topic and you make a mistake. Another is you don't know the topic and you make a mistake. Obviously, if you don't know the topic, you'll make a mistake. Whether it is assertion reason, whether it's a sequence question, whether it's just a one-liner. If you don't understand the topic, you are bound to make a mistake. तो assertion reason में ज्यादा गलतियां क्यों होती हैं? क्योंकि ये generally directly नहीं लेकिन in depth question पूछते हैं या in depth knowledge demand करते हैं. वो बहुत लोग नहीं करते हैं because they don't revise properly. That's the honest truth. ठीक है? Okay. So first focus number 1. Then second one. Okay, Costa and McRae rejected the use of response style scales. They wanted to maintain a simple construct of personality. What theory is this related to? Big Five? Big Five theory of personality. Okay. हाँ, related है. Yes, NEOPI. Is it correct? It's absolutely it is correct. ये truth value इसकी है या नहीं है? Correct है statement. Some personality psychologists were more interested in idiographic rather than nomothetic methods. True, it's a generalized statement. ये भी correct है, ये true है. But is this related to Big Five? क्या ये Big Five से related है? नहीं related है. It's not related. You see, if I put why and because, see, always whenever I want to check whether the two statements are related, I will put why and then at the assertion, I will put because. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense because both are unrelated topics. जो आपका reason है वो Costa and McRae की theory, Big Five personality theory है. But your assertion is actually, why have I put ulta? It's not reason assertion, it is assertion and reason. Sorry guys. Okay, your reason here just is a random statement. It is a generalized statement. Is it true that some people prefer measuring idiographic rather than nomothetic, like Gordon Allport, like all projective inventories? Your most projective inventories, sahi hai, but it's unrelated, right? Okay, absolutely. So can I go for option 2 here? With confidence, can I go for option 2 here? I can go for option 2. चलिए third example let's do and then we will get started. सबको scheme बता दी मैम, आज scheme बतानी ही है. I want to see whether you guys are able to apply. चलिए, in some cases people attempt to reach the goal slowly and hesitantly. किस topic से connected है ये and क्या ये सच है? What topic is this connected to? Can I say this is from Motivational Conflicts of Kurt Lewin? ये आपको immediately click होना चाहिए brain में. It should automatically click the moment you see a question. You should be able to relate it to a theory. That is when you can check the truth value. Very, very good. तो ये motivational conflict से है ना? है तो. Okay. Now is this true or not? Absolutely. We know equilibrium, disequilibrium, vacillation, oscillation, everything we know. Very, very good. So it is true. In some conflicts, a single goal has positive balance as well as negative balance. Is this also talking about the same theory? ये balance की जो बात हो रही है, can I say it's the same theory? Okay, same theory, motivational conflicts. Then let me verify, is it true or not? Is it true or not? It is true. Second step is it is true. Okay, all right. Then can I say in some cases, ये कौन से cases में हम slowly move करते हैं goal की तरफ? Can you name one conflict where we actually move really slowly towards the goal and we don't try to run away from the field? Approach avoidance. Very, very good. Approach avoidance, है ना? Okay, very, very good. When I talk about reason, can I say reason is also talking about approach avoidance? एक ही goal में positive as well as negative vectors. There are forces which are pushing me away from the goal and there are also factors which are pulling me towards the goal. So I'm exactly explaining. If I actually put why here and I put because here, अगर मैं why और because यहाँ पे डाल दूँ, तो is it explaining or not? समझ सकते हैं हम clearly कि जो reason है यहाँ पे assertion को explain कर रहा है, right? A lot of times this is the best way of doing assertion and reason. You will get it correct. लेकिन जो मैनेजर वाले क्वेश्चन होते हैं उसमें क्या करना होता है? So a lot of times NTA will give guidance and counseling वाले questions and they will give organizational behavior वाले questions. Read, verify a lot of times even if it doesn't make extreme sense. Option A is generally correct. Okay, you will see what I mean by this. All the best to everybody. Let's get started. चलिए, ठीक है, यहाँ पे option 1 is our answer. All the best to all of you. I will read a little. I will not read everything. I've had a long work day. I know you have to. Let's try to do our best. Chali. Child is showing heteronomous morality according to Piaget, not PAG. According to Piaget, believes in moral relativism. Now, reason says some types of morality are simply internalization of others' values with questions about moral development. Okay? Questions about moral development. are limited. Guys, I'm just correcting the grammatical errors. बाकी truth value आपको ही ढूंढना है. I should keep Piaget nickname Piglet. I should put that in there. मैम अगर आंसर एनटीए चेंज कराया तो आपका आंसर एनटीए चेंज करेगी? नहीं नहीं, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. All right, please go ahead and answer. Let me see how many of us will get this correct. Very, very good for those of you who got this correct. Today's is a mix of PYQs as well as MCQs. So please focus on getting the questions correct rather than asking. Chali. All right. What do we have over here? Realism hona chahiye, relativism nahi. So A is false in RS2. Okay? Clear? Hopefully clear. Let's go. Let's. Number 2, signal detection theory measures two components of a person's ability to detect signals: perceptual sensitivity and decision criterion. The reason says studies of vigilance have revealed that the ability to detect an event is dependent on various factors such as training and expectations. Ma'am, yes, I'm right here. Please ask. Please go ahead and answer. Very, very good for those of you who got this correct. 49% of us. Hanji, ye PY. All right. Put why and because. Does it explain? And both the statements saying the same thing? क्या दोनों statements same चीज नहीं कह रही है? Same thing is being said by both statements. नहीं होगा. Option B will be correct here. Okay. It's saying decision making, decision criterion, या decision bias या response bias. That's exactly what it's saying. कुछ explain नहीं कर रहा है. Question number 3. मैम रीजन किया होता. क्या किया होता? क्या होता? All right. What would be the reason? Measures two components. Why does it measure? Here we should ideally be explaining why we measure. Because not only absolute threshold, but there are other factors which actually play a role in decision making rather than just, absolute threshold and noticeable differences and stuff. Please go ahead and answer. All right, very, very good for those of you who are getting this correct. Very, very good. Autonomy leads to what virtue? एरिक्सन की ये स्टेजेस हैं ये अगर आप हाँ एब्सोल्युटली ट्रस्ट वर्सेस मिसट्रस्ट इफ वी सक्सेसफुली कंप्लीट तो दैट विल बी होप ऑटोनॉमी विल बी विल देन योर व्हाट इज दिस इनिशिएटिव वर्सेस गिल्ट उसमें पर्पस आएगा ठीक है ऑटोनॉमी में इट विल बी विल इट विल नॉट बी पर्पस तो ये गलत है अगेन if you are not able to get this correct that means that revision is weak revision is not okay all right it can only be achieved after yes if it was will over here then option A would be our answer Chali. Number 4 the method of paired comparison is especially suited for scaling a large number of stimuli reason says the method of paired comparison usually employs law of comparative judgment for getting scale values please take a moment to think then we will go ahead and answer please go ahead and answer. All right, wonderful for those of you who got this correct. 60% of us got this correct. Is it suitable for a large number of stimuli? Nahi, it's not suitable. Galat hai ye. So A is false and R is correct. Absolutely correct. Chaliye. All right. Question number 5. Progressive deterioration of the myelin sheath leads to jerky, uncoordinated movements in the affected person. The reason says myelin sheath is produced by glial cells called Schwann cells in the spinal cord. Take a moment to think and then we shall go ahead and answer. Please go ahead and answer. Oh, very nice. Nice only. Yes, Sakshi, you can answer. You can answer. Please go ahead. All right. Option C is our correct answer. Now Schwann cells produce myelin where? Schwann cells कहाँ पे produce करती हैं myelin? आपके peripheral nervous system में. Peripheral nervous system. Now the spinal cord is a part of the central nervous system, guys. And if it is a part of the central nervous system, then who will produce? It will be oligodendrocytes. Oligodendrocytes. Okay. All right. Should I understand that 30% of us don't know the parts of the central nervous system? Question number 6. Assertion reason, obviously again. Vygotsky proposed discontinuous development in children. Reason for this is all cognitive development first happens on the social plane, after which it becomes personal and then it is internalized. Aprajita, no cheating. All right, yes, please go ahead. मैम सी डी ऑप्शन. हाँ क्या ऑप्शन? ऑप्शन क्या? मैम यस. Very good for those of you who got this correct. A is false and R is true. This is just me asking you to read in your exam. Please read. Read नहीं करना है, नहीं करना है, आपको read करना है, ठीक है? You have to read before answering. Sorry ma'am, मुझे लगा same है, same तो नहीं है. All right, very good. Vygotsky proposed discontinuous development. No, continuous development. Continuous development is what he proposed. Absolutely. चलिए फिर A is false and R is true. Okay. Question number 7. Items with a single correct answer but many incorrect answers cannot use Cooter-Richardson to replace coefficient alpha. Reason says Cooter-Richardson and coefficient alpha may not have the same value for polytomous items. Hi Karan, how have you been? Good evening. Welcome to class. मैम आप मत रीड करो. चलो 10 to 20 I will not read. पक्का promise. Or one I will read and one I won't read. Next one I won't read. Take a moment to think and then we will go ahead. Swati, this time, ma'am. Please go ahead and answer. Very good. For those of you who got this correct. Items with a single correct answer are known as dichotomous items. Okay. And for dichotomous items, the value of coefficient alpha and Cooter-Richardson is absolutely the same. देखिए जहां पे एक करेक्ट आंसर होता है और बाकी सारे ऑप्शंस गलत होते हैं, उसको हम डाइकोटमस आइटम कहते हैं. डाइकोटमस आइटम के लिए कूटर-रिचर्डसन और क्रोनबर्ग्स अल्फा या कोएफिशिएंट अल्फा का वैल्यू सेम होता है. पॉलीटॉमस के लिए सेम नहीं होता है. ऑलराइट, सो A is false and R is true. Good job. चलिए, this one I'm not reading, so please read. Please read and then we will answer. Please go ahead and answer. This question. Should have said that in your first class, na, Aprajita? पहली क्लास में आके बोलना था. This question. This means that you've graduated. If you're finding all of these questions easy, pass out. Bye. 61% of us got this correct. Very good for those of you who did. F ratio does not give us the ratio between the true score and the total score. ऐसे नहीं होता है. It gives us the ratio between the true variance and the error variance. Okay. All right. So ये गलत है. What is this nonsense? Absolutely. Absolutely. हाँ. Or your main effect and your error variance. ठीक है. Okay. All right. MSA by MSE. याद करो guys. वो होता है F ratio. So A is true and R is false. Let's go. Number 9. Same question. Same question. Oh. All right, guys. Sorry, this one is the same. You want to do it again? नहीं, फिर से नहीं करेंगे. चलो, let's move on. कर लेते हैं, ma'am. Let's see if we get 100. चलो, जल्दी से. I'll put 15 seconds poll. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Change करके, ma'am. Change करके. Everybody will understand. चलो ठीक है. I'll give it. Let's see if we get 100. 3 marks to everybody. Okay. चलो, कोई बात नहीं. Okay. Structuralism was known to use methods relevant to reductionism. Okay, some psychologists believe that atomists behaved through respondent conditioning was most suited to understanding human behavior. Please go ahead and answer. Preetham's joke is really, really funny. Very good for those of you who got this correct. Very good. 65% of us got this correct. ठीक है. Okay, fine. Both are correct. One is talking about structuralism. ये जो आपकी statement number 2 या reason है, what is this about? This is about Pavlov's behaviorism. Can I say this is behaviorism? Behaviorism. Very, very good. चलिए. Number 11. Number 11. Please read carefully and then we will answer. Please read carefully, then we'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and answer. इसमें 100 आएगा मैम ना सीन नहीं. Explain again please really. All right, wonderful for those of you who got this correct. This is that typical manager wala question where they talk something about organizations. And here, if you look at it, it does sort of justify also. Many companies now enable their employees to share profits. Why do they do this? Because workers' productivity is what leads them to get different systems of rewards and so on. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. This is organization wala question. The maximum you can get out of this is some sense. Does it make sense? It does. It does. Usse zyada, हाँ. All of these questions, if you take it right from, manager's motive, manager has many strategies. It's like, what? What? But that it's always like that. So, it's best to try to make sense. If it mostly or if it okay makes sense, then fine. See, many companies. I always remember Tom Cruise because he always takes a profit share of the movie. Why does he do it? Because workers' productivity, because he works so hard and the movie makes so much money. So the movie producer is bound to give him a share of it. It's like that. It's like that. Okay. Does it make sense? Hopefully it makes some sense. Chaliye. Number 12, a tree shall appear in the same perceived size whether we view it from one point or another. Then you have your reason statement. Please read and then we will answer. Paper 1's teacher and paper 2's manager. Paper 1's teacher is supposed to be superhuman, is responsible for probably what goes on in the child's mind also. Chalo guys, please go ahead and answer. Please go ahead and answer. So the one I have given you here, na, ye profit wala, that's from 2020. 2020 or 2019, after syllabus change. I remember very well. I think 2020 or 2019, one of the two. One of the two. All right, very, very good. For those of you who got this correct, 41%. Retinal size image, does it remain the same or does it change? रेटिनल इमेज का जो साइज होता है वो सेम होता है या फिर चेंज होता है? ये तो चेंज होता है ना गाइज, डिपेंडिंग ऑन हाउ नियर और फार अवे द ऑब्जेक्ट इज. बट व्हाट रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट? व्हाटएवर इमेजेस इन आवर परसेप्चुअल सिस्टम, जो हमारा परसेप्चुअल सब सिस्टम होता है या परसेप्चुअल सिस्टम जो होता है वो कॉन्स्टेंसी मेंटेन करता है ना. कॉन्स्टेंसी वो मेंटेन करता है. रेटिनल इमेज का साइज चेंज होता रहता है. सो ए इज ट्रू एंड आर इज फॉल्स. वेरी वेरी गुड. चलो, number 13, action potential is an all or none mechanism which only takes place in forward motion but does not travel backwards. The reason says all potentials in the neuron function all and all or none basis. Okay, Surbi, take care. अब समझ आया. एग्जाम में भी ऐसे ही करेंगे आप तो फिर कैसे? Don't do wrong in the exam, okay? Please go ahead and answer. This is also fairly simple, fairly easy. All right. Okay. Are all potentials within the neuron action potentials? क्या सारे potentials action potentials ही होते हैं? तो फिर graded potentials, long-term potentiation, excitatory postsynaptic potential, inhibitory postsynaptic potential, वो क्या होता है guys? Or have we not explored that part of the syllabus yet? All potentials in the neuron do not function on all or none basis. Some are graded. Some are graded. Wrong है ना? Wrong. A is true and R is false. चलिए. Number 14. Assertion says the ellipses are permitted to overlap to different extents in order to indicate the fact that some tests are more heavily loaded with G than others. The reason says tetrad differences showing differences between correlates between any four abilities serve as the basis of evidence of GFAM. Take a moment to think and then we will go ahead and answer. Please go ahead and answer. All right, wonderful. What theory are we talking about? Spearman की theory है, दोनों statements Spearman की theory से ही हैं. Both statements are from Spearman's theory, but one doesn't explain another. See, one is talking about how some factors, some specific factors have more G factor than others, and that is what the ellipsis explain, है ना? कि ये आपका G factor है. S factor sometimes is this much correlated, sometimes S factor is heavily loaded on G. Okay, and here it's talking about tetrad differences, which is absolutely separate. अगर आप by or because डालोगे तो it will not make sense, है ना? It will not make sense. Doesn't work out. In what case? No, this will not be explained. Your assertion itself is an explanation of why there is different degrees of correlation between, different specific factors. Chaliye. Number 15. Please read, and then we'll go ahead. Please go ahead and answer. Very, very good. 56% of us got it correct. Isn't that the reason? यहाँ पे आप why and because डालो. Put why and put because here. Does it explain now? Doesn't have a response style scale. Why doesn't it have a response style scale? Because if they added something like a social desirability scale, it would reduce the validity of the question. Okay, that's exactly the reason they have done this. इसी वजह से किया है. So reason explains assertion. Option 1 is correct. Let's go. Please read and then we'll go ahead and answer. And forced choice reduces social desirability. Yes. Please go ahead and answer. Very nice. Oh no, tak theek hai. Just don't give out answers. That is not stop right there, bus. The insight that comes right after making a mistake. Very, very good for those of you who got this correct. Multiple correlations only range from 0 to 1. They can never be negative. Okay? Because this is the geometric mean. Geometric mean hota hai, guys. Very, very good. So A is true and R is false. Chaliye, let's go. Number 17. Please read and then we will go ahead. Ma'am, correlation coefficient range, question mark. Those are partial correlation coefficients. Multiple correlation ranges only from 0 to 1. Positive, not negative, never negative. Ma'am, what will be correct reason for the last one? Correct reason will be that partial correlations can be negative or positive. It doesn't matter. As long as they meet assumptions, they will add to the coefficient of determination. Okay, Sakshi, why not? You've come live after a long time. Please go ahead and answer. Very, very good. Very, very good. मैम मुझे भी देना लास्ट 1+. क्यों? You did wrong touch. UPSC ऐसी नोटिफिकेशन आते ही लाए. 60% of us got this correct. Very, very good for those of you who did. Now, EEGs and MRIs are similar in tracing function. Huh? What? No? Absolutely not. No. And do they both project an image of the brain? EEG doesn't project any image of the brain. It simply gives an overview of the electrical activity or action potentials in the brain. Very, very good. Positron emission tomography. PET scans are minimally invasive. Such hai, correct hai. Reason is correct. A is false and R is true. Well done so far. We will reflect at 20. 20 पे हम reflect करेंगे. चलिए. This is a PYQ. Go ahead and answer. Highly repeated in one way or another. थोड़ा सा change करके देते हैं, हम हमेशा देते हैं. Please go ahead and answer. Poll is up. I'll give a little more time. पोल लेट से आ रहा है. आप अनअकैडमी लर्नर सपोर्ट को रीच आउट करो. अगर उन्होंने भी कहा कि आपका ही नेटवर्क स्लो है, फिर नेटवर्क फिक्स करना पड़ेगा. वो भी लेट. Learner support actually reaches out quickly, no? No. Educator support reaches out really quickly. Like 2 minutes. On the learner support या जो आपके ऐप में है ना वहां पे. All right, according to classical test theory, CTT, total variance is equal to the sum of true variance and error variance. Sahi hai na? Why is it equal to the sum of true and error variance? That's because error variance and true variance are unrelated. Okay? All right. Correct. हाँ, तो option A is your correct answer. यहाँ पे क्या? What is the problem? Okay. Who's asking? Ma'am, assertion. Does EEG give an image of the brain? शिवानी, EEG में ब्रेन की इमेज आती है और फिर MRIs आपको इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक एक्टिविटी मेजर करके देंगे, ऐसा है? Number 19. Number 19, please read and then we will answer. Okay, Sakshi, don't have to feel so guilty. मैम आपके लिए भी अलग सपोर्ट है. नहीं होना चाहिए. Obviously, we use the platform just like you do. Obviously, like I do. I'm not the one creating the website that you're using. Like Arman messaging me, doesn't work properly on iPhone. Ma'am, why doesn't it work properly on iPhone? I don't, if I had to make the app also, God knows, I wouldn't have to sleep even 1 hour. Also, it wouldn't really be an app if I made it. It would be probably like a drawing or whatever. Chalo guys, we will go ahead and answer. It would look exactly like my cat and dog drawings. Wouldn't be a real app then. Obviously, we just present our content, or I just present my content. But there are teams and teams and teams. For this and that. Yeah. Obviously. Very, very good. For those of you who got this correct, assertion is not correct. Issue what? फील्ड इंडिपेंडेंट, अगर कोई फील्ड इंडिपेंडेंट है तो डिस्ट्रैक्शन से उनको फर्क पड़ेगा. If somebody is field independent and it doesn't matter what's going on in the background, then does it matter if there are distractions in the background? It does not matter. तो assertion आपका यहाँ पे गलत है. Okay? Then detecting movement in spite of a camouflage background will not happen. So less likely for field dependent individuals. ठीक है? Okay, this is absolutely correct. So A is false and R is true. चलिए. Please read carefully. Please read carefully. Please go ahead and answer. Very, very good. Didn't get poll again. मैम ये कौन से टॉपिक से है? पावर्टी फ्रॉम यूनिट 10. यूनिट 10 आपका क्या है? इमर्जिंग एरियाज ऑफ साइकोलॉजी. ठीक है, सिलेबस में थोड़ा देखो आप. comes under poverty. Okay, time discounting in poverty leads to what? It's there, Sarita. अगर आप एक कोर्स है ना, इमर्जिंग एरियाज ऑफ साइकोलॉजी फॉर गेट एंड नेट, वो वाला छोटा सा कोर्स है, वो देख लो आप, उसमें सब कुछ है जी, उसी में है सब. Time discounting can lead to increased risk aversion also. It can lead to decreased risk aversion also. Risk aversion का मतलब है कि रिस्क से दूर रहना. पावर्टी में अगर हम टाइम डिस्काउंटिंग करें तो क्या हो सकता है, हम रिस्क से ज्यादा दूर भी रहना चाहते हैं. ओके, दैट इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबल. Alright, why? Because I may not have money. Liquidity is having money in hand. Okay. Whereas decreased risk aversion. Why do you think people do drastic things in poverty or due to poverty? That's because they don't think tomorrow, yeah, 1 year later, 2 years later, they will actually live. So आज जो भी कर सकते हैं कर लेते हैं. Okay, like that. So both are possible. That's the whole point. Both are possible. Both are correct. चलिए, according to Kubler-Ross, ultimately all grieving people end up depressed and unable to move on. Reason says not everyone goes through all the 5 stages of grieving. Leader, oh, we have to reflect. All right, Lakshmi is on 18. Khushbu is also on 18. Pragati on 18 as well. Shivani also 18. Why, guys? You all made mistakes on the same questions. Antaragini 17. Anshika 17. Tanushri 17. Shivjit 17. Pratibha 16. And Prince. All are sitting together. Chalo, very, very good. So far, so good. Very, very good. Very, very good. 15 and above is a very good score. 15 and above, बहुत अच्छा score है, obviously. 10K above. Okay. 15 and above. Anywhere very close to 15 is also good, like 14. 14.5 तो मिलता नहीं यहाँ पे तो. 14 and above is nice. चलिए. 20, हाँ, 21. चलिए, let's go ahead and let's do the remaining 15 questions also, and then it will be dinner time. चलिए. It's easy na, आज के questions, no, it's not easy. You have studied and come. खुद को once in a while, just tell yourself, you will study, you will score well, even if it is not easy. Don't worry about such things. Chalo. Dinner done, ma'am. I should not do. We can stay. Where do you want to stay? Chalo, guys, please go ahead and answer here. Please go ahead and answer. देखो मैम बच्चे क्लास में खाना खा रहे हैं, ठीक तो है, आई डोंट माइंड, आई डोंट, मजे करो, eat during class, I don't mind, just answer properly, rest is all, doesn't matter. Ma'am, there was a time I used to get nightmares seeing assertion reason. Ah, I'm very proud of you people. Okay, chaliye. According to Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, what are the 5 stages of grieving? Grieving का मतलब है कि if we are going to lose or if we have already lost someone, या हम खुद terminal illness से deal कर रहे हैं, तो it starts with denial. Denial मतलब हम कहते हैं कि नहीं नहीं मुझे नहीं है प्रॉब्लम, या मेरे फैमिली मेंबर को नहीं है, नहीं आई हैव नॉट लॉस्ट समबडी. ओके, उसके बाद एंगर. एंगर मतलब बहुत गुस्सा आता है, व्हाई मी, हाउ कुड गॉड डू दिस टू मी, हाउ कुड दिस हैपन टू मी. उसके बाद व्हेन वी बेसिकली अंडरस्टैंड कि कुछ चेंज नहीं होने वाला, हम बार्गेनिंग करते हैं. ओके गॉड, वन मोर ईयर, ओके गॉड जस्ट वंस आई वांट टू सी देम अगेन. ओके, जब ये कुछ नहीं होता है, ये भी नहीं मिलता है, तो हम डिप्रेशन में चले जाते हैं. ठीक है, ओके. But after the phase of depression, some may find acceptance. इसके बाद लोग accept कर लेते हैं कि देखो whatever happened happened, I should try to move on. Okay, all right, okay, okay Harshika, good. Now does everybody simply only end up in depression? Ultimately everybody end up depressed? No, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. ये गलत है. And not everybody goes through all the 5 stages. कभी लोग क्या होते हैं, बार्गेनिंग में ही स्टक होते हैं, एंगर में ही स्टक होते हैं, कभी डिप्रेशन में, लेकिन कभी एक्सेप्टेंस तक पहुंच जाते हैं. Sometimes people will actually reach the stage of acceptance. So we cannot say that everybody is going to go through every stage sequentially and then will always finish the 5 stages. We cannot say that, but we cannot also say that they will always be stuck in depression. Always is a problem here. So A is false and R is true. Chali. Number 22. Many amputees experience phantom limb syndrome, wherein they continue to feel their missing limbs after surgery. Ma'am, this theory is important for NET, just to know Pragati basics, just to know. Chaliye, please go ahead and answer. From next week onwards, should I make the evening classes 8:30 to 10? Because 8 o'clock is sort of dinner time, and once we get done with dinner, 8:30 to 10 will be better. 8 to 8:30 सभी डिनर कर लेंगे और आपको थोड़ा टाइम भी मिलेगा प्रीवियस क्लास से. नो मैम, नो मैम, नो मैम. ओहो, उफ, अरे अच्छा, रिलैक्स, रिलैक्स, डीप ब्रीथ, डीप ब्रीथ, डीप ब्रीथ. चलो फोकस, कम ऑन. Absolutely correct. Reason explains assertion. अगर आप why और because करोगे ऐसे तो makes sense. All right. We will wait for NET to release the date tomorrow. चलो, 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 चलो. Okay, okay. So A is correct. Reason explains assertion. Number 23. Contralateral neglect. Contralateral neglect is possible due to damages in parts of the brain. Afferent and efferent information from and to the right side of the body travels to and from the left hemisphere and vice versa. Date will be 9. Okay, Sarita. अब इतना कहा है तो एडमिट कार्ड भी दे दो. Now that you given us the date, give us the admit cards also. We'll wait for net to give. Date sheet आ गए. Aparajita, really? चलिए, let's go ahead and answer. Let's go ahead and answer. चलिए. मैम कल रात तक नहीं आए, सब इशू के घर चले जाएंगे उसकी पिटाई करने. इशू ने कहा, क्या कहा? अरे इशू इज नॉट सेइंग इट, somebody else who's saying. Don't attack strangers. Don't attack people you are not comfortable with. Very, very good for those of you who are getting this correct. It's actually quite a simple question. It's quite a simple question for all those of you who are getting this correct. Pat on the back. What is the focus of the question? Contralateral neglect damages in parts of the brain. ये क्या कह रहे हैं आपको? क्योंकि why? Because information goes from the right side of your body to the left hemisphere, and from the left side of the body to the right hemisphere, and comes down from the right hemisphere to the left side of the body, comes down from the right hemisphere to the. हाँ, तो it's pretty simple. Contralateral क्यों होता है damage? क्योंकि information goes and comes from opposite sides of the brain to the opposite side of the body. That's it. That's it. Only 28% of us got this correct. 22 में reason once again. 22 में ये आपको पूछ रहे हैं. Correct. I tried my best to explain. Image, ma'am. Body boundaries, the image, the idea of the body boundaries, it's not a photograph that somebody is going to show you. अपने दिमाग में जो मेंटल रिप्रेजेंटेशन होती है बॉडी बाउंड्रीज की, जो अपना ख्याल होता है कि बॉडी में क्या क्या पार्ट्स हैं, वो पुराने जैसे ही कंटिन्यू होते रहता है. बॉडी बाउंड्रीज, ओल्ड परसेप्शन ऑफ बॉडी बाउंड्रीज, वन ऑफ द रीजंस ना. हाँ वही, नॉट द लिटरल इमेज. चलो गाइस. Ma'am, contralateral neglect means when one part actually happens in the parietal lobe. When the right parietal lobe is damaged, a lot of times we don't understand that we have a left side of our body, and there are sensations coming from the left side of the body. Okay, and when the left side of the parietal lobe gets damaged, a lot of times people may not understand or be able to interpret sensations coming from the right side of the body, because contralaterally function करता है ना आपका brain. So damage will also occur contralaterally only. We are not able to understand or perceive only that the other side of the body exists. Oh, chali. Number 24. Please read. Hopefully you've had enough time to read. We'll go ahead and answer in a moment. Is this a PYQ? No, this is an MC. There is a similar PYQ. This is not the PYQ. Please go ahead and answer. मैम हाफ बॉडी पैरालाइज क्यों होती है? क्योंकि ब्रेन स्ट्रोक आता है ना. स्ट्रोक आता है तो ऑपोजिट साइड की फंक्शनिंग डैमेज हो जाती है. पैरालिसिस ऑपोजिट साइड बॉडी में होता है. What? Guys, come on. We have done a full class on behaviorism. Behaviorism की क्लास याद करो क्या किया था जी इन क्लास. भी you know how a bobble head is? Bobble head किसी ने देखा है क्या होता है? पता है आपको? The one that keeps going like this. When I say, is this the right answer? You're like, yes. Questions करने के टाइम पे what else? हाँ, जो होता है और कुछ ही होता है. According to Lashley, it's not the location but the extent. मतलब intensity जितनी ज्यादा damage, उतना ज्यादा you know what problem with remembering, problem with perceiving. So not the location, but the extent of damage or intensity, level of damage, not the location. Okay? He did study. He did study brain damage in rats. In fact, he used to induce brain damage in rats to study. And the engram would mostly be intact, no matter what part of the brain he damaged. Okay? Only when he damaged large areas of the brain, that's when they forgot the engram. So A is false and R is true. Ma'am, I have a doubt. Yes. Okay, Lakshmi, that's great.
Ma'am, I want to know that will it not matter whether the extent of damage is in a certain area of the brain? I mean, in all the brain, it only depends only the extent. So, ma'am, all the engrams according to Leslie are same in all parts of the brain.
Lashley was never able to find the engram. We know that Breton ran found the engram.
Okay, ma'am, but still we are talking about Leslie in both the statements, and we are talking about location of brain damage, and which you said is incorrect.
His experiments. So we are talking about what he found in his experiments. Does it have truth value outside of his theory? We are not verifying that. So what did he say? What did he say? According to Lashley, he said never the location. He sometimes removed completely the temporal lobe, parts of the temporal lobe, hippocampus, sometimes the frontal lobe. But the engram was still there and the rats would still cross the maze. So what he said, or what he specified after his theory, was that after all of his experiments, never the location, but only the extent of the damage. Now, if he removed the frontal and the temporal lobe both, then he saw a problem. Like that.
Okay, ma'am. So he opposed localized functions of brain. Okay, ma'am. Okay. So was it specifically related to memory or all the functions of brain like motor movements and
He
all the?
mostly studied memory, motor as well as declarative. And for rats, it's motor movement only. No, it's not. It's motor memory for
Okay, ma'am.
rats. Ah.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, in which class I found this experiment? The one you didn't watch. Not like that. You'll find it in, there's a special class on behaviorism. Unit 1 के लिए रिवाइज करने को कहा था. Unit 1 के लिए रिवीजन पीडीएफ में है ये. You don't revise, what can I do? Not cognitive. Behaviorism, school, behaviorism, simplified, class, special class, PDF included in your Unit 1 revision. आप खोल के देखते नहीं हो तो what can I do? I can send you the PDF. I cannot open it for you. I cannot say third line, fourth line, पढ़ो इसमें से question आएगा. I cannot do that. चलिए. Ma'am, where can I find those PDF? You will find it from the class. You can download from there. Okay, ma'am, sorry. No, I don't need sorry. Why did you, आपने revise क्यों नहीं किया? Revision course आप attend कर रहे हो, Monica? Are you attending the revision course? You can tell me sincerely. I'm in a nice mood. हाँ जी. तो फिर रिवाइज कौन करेगा? रिवाइज भी तो आप ही को करना है ना? Guys, please go ahead and answer. Revise कौन करेगा? Revise also you only have to do ना? Yes, ma'am. यही टॉपिक नहीं देखा. यही कैसे नहीं देखा? I will suggest Unit 1 की revision PDF ले लो and go through it over the weekend. ठीक है? It's not part of the MCQ class. MCQ के लिए पहले information. You have to study the theories. Then you can do the MCQ class. Very, very good for those of you who got this correct, 58%. बताइए ये क्या है? Is there truth value in both the statements? Both are true. One is about shaping, another one is about chaining. Absolute, absolute. ठीक है, तो both are correct. They are not related to one another. ये shaping training का confusion कब जाएगा? I don't know. Why are we talking about? Oh, guys, sorry for this also. We'll not do. We'll move on. चलो, we'll move on. एक question कितने बार करेंगे? चलिए. Question number 27. Assertion says divided attention often involves the splitting of attention between two or more tasks. Reason says activities requiring vigilance are often those requiring sustained and conscious attention. Take a moment to think, and then we'll go ahead and answer. Please go ahead and answer. Very, very good. 100%. Oh. Your what issue? Your missing issue? तभी वो emotions में आके थोड़ा चीज written correct spelling by mistake. Chalo, very, very good. For those of you who got this correct, both of these statements are separately or individually correct. Yes, one is about divided attention. ये वाला किसके बारे में है? This is about sustained attention. Very, very clearly mentioned. है ना? Correct. हाँ, चलिए. Both are correct. Both are independent. Correct. 28. In epigenetics, genes mutate after interaction with the environment. This causes changes in genotype, hence reflecting in changes in phenotype. Reason says epigenetics refer to variations in gene expression mainly due to the environment. Please go ahead and answer. I wish everybody had the same energy throughout the year. Same energy throughout the year. I'd be the happiest person. Like home, like all of you. ये सबसे बड़ा ज्योति फेस्टिवल है. Be happy. चलो, very, very good. Epigenetics, the okay. All right, please focus. Focus. 3, 2, 1, 0. Please come back. All right. Now, in epigenetics, what happens is our genotype interacts with the environment, but changes are only resulting in phenotype. Okay? Last time also you got a question on genetics. Please pay attention. So here, genes आपके mutate नहीं होंगे, सिर्फ phenotype में changes आएंगी. Here, this is correct, and therefore assertion is incorrect. A is false in RS. Chali, last few questions. According to Beck, rapport building is essential to successful outcomes in therapy. Reason says behavioral therapies train individuals to respond to situational demands in an adaptive rather than maladaptive manner. Please go ahead and answer. Sakshi, for my sake, now that you've written issue spelling correct, flood ki bhi likh do. I'll be so happy. Very, very good. For those of you who are getting this correct, 75% of us got this correct. Next therapy is cognitive therapy. What is rapport building? ये rapport building क्या होता है? It's basically when you interact or do icebreakers. जो beginning में conversation हम करते हैं ना, we basically build some sort of a connection, a professional relationship with the client. Do we? A professional relationship. That is what rapport is over here. And it's very, very important. It is very, very important, especially for what? For all therapies, for talk therapy, for cognitive therapy also, according to Beck. Okay, he emphasizes on the warmth of the relationship between the client and the counselor. Behavioral therapies के बारे में है. Behavioral therapies are separate. This is also correct. Behavioral therapies help us change our behavior. Both are independently correct. Number 30, individuals take higher risk in mountaineering. Reason says intrinsic motivation is the desire to be effective and to perform behavior for its sake. Please go ahead and answer. Ma'am, Albert Ellis didn't say about rapport. You will need to build in any kind of therapy. Okay? You will need to build, whether he says it or not. Nobody will ask you, did Ellis emphasize? He did not emphasize them. He emphasized more on pointing out the cognitive errors and self-acceptance. In the sense, what is self-acceptance over there? That clients have to accept their past mistakes. That is self-acceptance. He's not saying love yourself and all that. No, 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 not like that. All right, okay. Individuals take high risk in mountaineering. ये sensation seeking behavior क्यों करते हैं लोग? Can I say this is from Zuckerman's theory? And when you relate this to Zuckerman's sensation-seeking theory, does it make sense then? According to Zuckerman, sensation-seeking comes from a deep need for enjoyment, excitement, and curiosity, and intrinsic motivation, and all of that. So that is how it explains. ठीक है, that is how it explains. क्यों लेते हैं रिस्क इस वजह से लेते हैं क्योंकि enjoyment जो होता है उसकी value काफी ज्यादा होती है than the risk that we are taking here. And we are intrinsically motivated also. No, Prince, no, it is not always the cause. But this question has been repeated. Yes, it can be due to low boredom susceptibility also. It is due to multiple factors. It's just that the first one is sort of excitation or the need for new experiences, need for excitation. So A is correct. Number 31, priming results in exposure to one stimulus influencing a response to a subsequent stimulus. Priming is often based on stimuli being perceived below the liminal threshold. It doesn't solely explain. Does it explain to a certain degree? It does. Again, this is sort of, I mean, not sort of, but this is a PYQ. It's been given sort of twice. Similar topic, different wording. So what they mean to say is sensation seeking comes from an intrinsic need for enjoyment. That's basically it. Because they deeply connect intrinsic motivation to a need for enjoyment for the sake of the activity itself, not for external reward. Like that. Ma'am, doubt hai. Can I ask Hanji, please, Pucho? Please go ahead and answer here. Very good. Phantom वाला question भी ऐसा ही था ना? हाँ जी. Facts, ma'am. Harsha will finish the question then. Stay, just wait. Let's finish the question. Very, very good for those of you who are getting this correct. Good job. We'll go ahead and listen to Harsha first. Harsha, please raise hand. And then we will discuss the question.
Hello. Am I audible, ma'am? Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I have a doubt in the previous question, 30th question. Ma'am, in this question, the assertion says individual take high risk in mountaineering. Ma'am, the exact reason for this assertion can be the sensation seeking relevant answer, because this is entirely separated now, ma'am. Intrinsic motivation, it is just giving the definition of intrinsic motivation. So can't it be option B that they are individually correct?
See, the
If
thing
it,
is, why risk
yes,
in mountaineering? Do we already know that things like bungee jumping, things like skydiving, I think that we do for sensation seeking? That is an assumption you have to make over here. You have to relate it to a theory. अगर आप इसको किसी भी theory से relate करेंगे, किस theory से relate करेंगे? Risk taking behavior को.
ma'am, obviously, it's circumvent sensation seeking.
Zuckerman sensation seeking. Now we know why do people engage in risk-taking behavior? Is it due to fear? Is it due to sensation seeking? Is it due to risk-taking or is it due to need for excitement?
Ma'am, there are multiple reasons. No, that is what I'm saying. There are multiple reasons
Please
can.
answer my question.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, because of the intrinsic motivation, they enjoyed it. So,
Answer my question.
um, ma'am, can
You
you
were
please
not
repeat?
listening. You were
Ma'am,
not listening.
excitement can be the answer.
Ah. See, the thing is, here you have to make a lot of assumptions about the question itself. When you relate it, I understand there is some vagueness. But here, when you do relate the question to a theory, you will only be able to relate it to Zuckerman's theory. And if you ask, okay, intrinsic motivation is the desire to be effective and perform. Why do people take risks? They take risks so that they can enjoy. Why do people, why do people go for that need for excitement? That comes from intrinsic need for, being happy or finding something challenging. That is exactly what is being explained here. So it's okay, it partially at least makes sense.
Okay, ma'am. So overall, the intrinsic motivation is a broader concept, and under intrinsic motivation, the factors you were mentioning, like excitement and all, comes under intrinsic motivation.
Did I ever say intrinsic motivation के अंदर आता है excitement?
No, ma'am. This is as per my understanding. I'm not saying, ma'am, you are saying. Is it is as per
Okay.
my understanding.
Okay. All right. I will try to explain to you once again. Please listen. Why do people take high risk in mountaineering? Can I say that according to Zuckerman, this is sensation seeking behavior, mountaineering itself. And we know that sensation seeking that I have taught you. Why do people take risk? Why do people take risk, Harsha? In
Ma'am, because
according to
they,
sensation seeking theory.
ma'am, because they want to indulge in the thrill-seeking activities and which will provide them excitement.
Very, very good. Okay, they take risk not to experience risk-taking behavior or fear, but for the sake of excitement, they put up with the risk. Okay, now if they do engage in an exciting or if they do want excitement, are they looking for challenge in the activity and for the sake of enjoyment? Can I say that?
Yes, ma'am. For the sake of ultimately enjoyment.
So can I say that if they do an activity purely for the sake of enjoyment and for enjoying the activity and for experiencing excitement, then is it intrinsically motivated behavior?
Yes, ma'am.
Just for this specific instance. It doesn't mean that intrinsically motivating behavior will always be for excitement. Doesn't mean that.
Okay, ma'am. Now clear. Thank you
All
so much,
right.
ma'am.
Let's. Chaliye. Number 31 is done. Option B is correct here. A lot of you got this incorrect. I'm still wondering why. ठीक है. Priming results in exposure to one stimulus influencing the response to a subsequent stimulus. Okay. All right. Now, is priming always due to subliminal perception only? In subliminal perception, we can say that priming occurs. In priming, can I say हमेशा subliminally होगा? No, it doesn't explain. It doesn't explain. ठीक है? Okay. All right. Let's. Number 32. Compliance can sometimes be based on fear and threat to one's life. Reason says, according to Cialdini, authority is one of the principles of compliance and persuasion. See carefully. And then we'll go ahead and answer. Wait, slides loading. Where are these slides loading? कहाँ पे load हो? हो गया? नहीं? Still loading? Not loading? Let's go ahead and answer. Please go ahead and answer. Okay. I'm really waiting for the response to this. Ma'am, TT got disconnected. I've given lots of time. Very good for those of you who are getting this correct. Very good for those of you who are getting this correct. Is पे pats, ma'am? Why not? Confuse. All right, just wait for everybody to finish and then we'll discuss. Now we have too much time. Everybody is done responding, then I will end the poll. I'll take names in the meantime. Antaragini, Pratibha, Chuchu, Sonali, Meenu, Akshita, Pooja, Tanushree, Pooja, what else? Who else? I can't see beyond that. Okay, just showing me the same 5 names over and over again. Very good for those of you who got that correct. Okay, all right. Very good. Very good. Compliance can be based on fear and threat. क्या ऐसा है, guys? Is it like that? हाँ, रुक जाएगा. क्या? What, Madhumita? What are you saying? Okay, all right. Is compliance based on fear? No. Authority is one of the principles of compliance, but is that authority from fear and ordering and all? No, compliance is to verbal requests. हमेशा याद रखिए, compliance is to requests. Absolutely. So A is false and R is true. Very good. चलिए, last 3 questions. Question number 33. Please go ahead and read and then we will answer. मैम थोड़ा जोर से पैट्स कर दो इनको फीलिंग ऑफ Please go ahead and answer. Very good. For those of you who got this correct, 65% first got it right. Now here, psychometric approach to creativity often involves verbal as well as figural components. Is this true of Wallach and Kogan test? Is this true about, what is his name? Torrance test of creative thinking? दोनों में है ना? Verbal, figural, दोनों में है ना? Absolutely. Then Torrance test of creative thinking measures creativity through open-ended responses. There are open-ended responses to all questions, whether it is verbal or whether it is figural, and that doesn't explain the assertion. दोनों अलग statements हैं, but both are correct. Very good. Very good. चलिए, question number 34. Playing chess requires high level of cognitive strategy. Reason say this is a PYQ. Winning any game needs ability and tricks. Please go ahead and answer. Very, very good for those of you who are getting this correct. CRT मैम, CRT क्या होता है? Very, very good. Very, very good. Option B is correct here. Both statements are vague. Both statements don't make sense. Last question. Now, what is this PYQ? मैंने सोचा for entertainment. You don't know, so in 2013-14, issue will tell you. There were questions like, boy carries umbrella. Boy wants to. Child carries umbrella every day. Child wants to protect himself from the rain. What does that even mean? Chaliye. Question number 35. Assertion says, a person's self-concept is partly rooted in the feedback of other people. Reason says the reactions of others are based on looking glass self-effect as an internalization of others' reactions to self-concept. Please go ahead and answer. If I meet those professors, you eventually will. You'll be a little older, but then you will meet them. Then pay my regards also. 75% of us got this correct. Very, 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 very good for those of us who did. All right, option A is correct here. Well done. Let's look at the scores. Bonus is a highly repeated question, so we'll skip it. Okay. So what do we have over here? We have Shivani on 29. Very, very good. Shreya 28. Pragati 28. Tanushree 27. Anshika 27. Pratibha 26, Antaragini 26, Khushbu 25, Lakshmi 24, and Prince 24. All right. Wonderful for those of you who scored 20 and above, although 25 and above is a really good score. Okay, 24 भी चलेगा because 34 ही किए हमने. Okay, हाँ जी, 20 and above is a good score as well. Thank you for learning with me today. I will see you guys tomorrow 10 a.m. Difficulty level was moderate to high only. 10 a.m. कल क्या कर रहे हैं हम YouTube पे? I'm going to share the link immediately after this class. 10 a.m. tomorrow we are going to revise the 50 most important topics. ठीक है? तो जो आपके अपकमिंग एग्जाम में सबसे ज्यादा चांस है आने का, तो हम 50 टॉपिक्स को रिवाइज करेंगे. आप मेरे साथ करोगे. Obviously this class is going to be 2.5 hours, 10 a.m. से 12:30 p.m. तक. So please get snacks and everything with you. Sit in front of your phone, your monitor, laptop, wherever you're watching. Okay? Well done. Mostly good performance today. Keep it up. I've had a long day. Good night, all of you. If you like the class, please upvote it. And then we'll see, depending on if the admit card comes out tomorrow. If it does, then we'll have class on Sunday. Otherwise, no. I'll let you know. And tomorrow we have 3 classes in the day. कल हमारे 3 classes हैं, 2 doubt clearing sessions हैं. Doubt clearing time last time is 10.